Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Friday, March the 8th. Today is International Women's Day. It's also National Oregon Day, National Peanut Cluster Day. We'll come back to that. National Proofreading Day. Am I reading this right? Also, National Day of Unplugging and National Tartar Sauce Day. Not a fan of tartar sauce.
I do. I like tartar sauce.
Big fan of peanut clusters, though.
Are you? See,
I like
I'm not.
those. I do. I like those a lot. I don't know why. Growing up, my mother liked those, so she had them quite often, so then I had them quite often. And another one that my dad had that was kind of a weird thing.
It's kind of funny.
Salted nut roll.
Because I like chocolate-covered peanuts,
yeah,
but I don't like
when they're
peanut
stuck
clusters.
Together? Really?
I don't know why.
You might want to see a counselor, honey. Hey, don't forget to change your clocks this weekend, by the way. I just wanted to mention that before I tell you who my funny man is today for Comedy Call. Hashtag Comedy Call. Tone Bell joining us today. 2 Fridays in a row, by the way, that we've had a Comedy Call. I'm not sure that we're going to have one every Friday, but I'm certainly going to try. It's always fun to brighten your mood with a funny person like this dude here. Tone Bell Can't Cancel This. That is his recent Showtime special that just came out at the end of February. He's on a show on CBS. He's on a thing on Netflix. He's all over the place. We're going to chat with him on the John and Heidi Show today.
Do you have a pretty good sense of humor? You might like this. Early in the morning each day and every day, we share something weird to make people laugh at WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. You don't need to sign up for anything. You don't even need to spend a penny. Just follow the page on Facebook and get a smile to start each day when we share the Weird Gift of the Day. Not on Facebook? That's okay. You can see the weird gifts on our website too. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.net. A study by the University of Birmingham found that spending 20 minutes in a park of green space will boost a person's happiness. There are some people that struggle to find that green space. There have been a lot of studies
about that, but that's absolutely accurate.
It might be hard to find green space if it's all covered with snow.
Yeah.
But I can certainly understand that. And when I'm sitting in a park, it is usually relaxing.
Yeah.
And,
yep, absolutely.
Or
even just, in your backyard, just being outside
in
where
nature.
Yeah.
Like God intended.
We can hear the sounds without
the
a
babbling
big
brook.
blaring radio going on.
Oh, hey, come on. Every time we go out there, I turn the radio on. So I think
I'm sitting out there being peaceful, and all of a sudden John's like, I'm going to go join my wife, and he turns on the
crank
speakers.
Up the music. Yeah. All right. This is Surveys and Studies and Such, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.net.
Is your credit card a good fit for you? How did you even get the card you have now? Was it mailed to you? Those are usually the worst cards. They typically have higher fees and rates. Someone has to pay all that postage to mail out millions of cards every day. If you like a better credit card, check out the website BetterCreditCards.net. This is a great place to find the cards that are usually a better fit for you. BetterCreditCards.net. That's BetterCreditCards.net.
And this is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by Time4Rehab.com. Officials say a Colorado teacher was busted for allegedly driving drunk when she pulled into a middle school parking lot. 32-year-old Jessica Lynn Brady faces charges. Police say she hit a vehicle and then left the scene of the crash and then drove back to the middle school under the influence of alcohol. Reportedly, witnesses spotted her crash into the vehicle. This happened at 11:30 a.m. on a Wednesday. What in the world is going on when you're that drunk on a Wednesday at 11:30 a.m.? Anyway, she fled the scene, allegedly, and was spotted with glossy and watery eyes pulling back into the parking lot at the middle school. Her speech appeared to be slurred, according to the story, and she said that she did not want to undergo a field sobriety test, but she attempted to walk away from that, but she ended up doing it, and she didn't pass. She didn't do well. Charges for hit and run, driving under the influence, and careless driving.
Yikes.
That is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Sylvester Stallone announced a release date for the final edition of Rambo. Did you know they had another one coming out?
I did not.
Rambo's in a wheelchair in this one. So, no, he's not really. The cool thing is, Rambo is still in amazing shape. And when I say Rambo, I mean Sylvester Stallone.
Well, of course.
He's in amazing shape.
Yeah, he is.
So he's taking darn good care. I have not. I've not taken good care of myself. I would be in trouble. I'm 10 or 15 years younger than him, and I couldn't No way I could be a superhero or what's Rambo? Not a superhero, but just
veteran.
But a hero.
Yeah, he's a hero.
Whatever. So,
Yeah.
Sofia Vergara, am I saying that right?
Yeah, I think
She
so.
took her son's dog to lunch with her at an upscale restaurant in Beverly Hills.
Who cares?
I don't know. She just decided she was going to go out to eat. She didn't want to go alone. She took her son's dog. So there you go. And Pete Davidson's back in the news. He and Kate Beckinsale have confirmed their romance by kissing at a New York Rangers game. So everybody's really...
I don't know why this guy
Everybody's
is
fascinated
so...
by his love life.
I don't get it. I don't think he's funny. I don't think
get it
he's
either.
talented.
No, it's Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
Here's a fun trip back to the 80s.
Surely you can't be serious.
Join us in Las Vegas for 80s in the Desert May 3rd and 4th. Hang out with other 80s fans.
International language of love.
Meet several 80s icons from the movies and rock out to awesome music from the 80s. Flock of Seagulls, The Romantics, Mr. Scandal with Patti Smythe, Thomas Dolby, Pretty Poison, and more. See the full list of bands and icons at RadioTravelGroup.com. That's RadioTravelGroup.com.
Now, your scoop of the day, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.net. The internet turned 30 years old this month. Happy birthday to you. Do you remember when the internet first came out, Heidi?
Not really.
You don't remember anything at all about it? Or
Not really.
do you remember what the first website was that you went to?
Hotmail.
Was it really?
I set up a Hotmail account.
So you didn't go to any websites before that?
No, I wasn't interested in the internet at all. And a coworker said you have to have an email account. I'm like, why?
Do you still have that email account?
No, I actually tried to log into it to see if it was still there, and it's not, because I tried to send something to it. Because that used to be my spam.
I have one of those too, and it's a Hotmail account.
Yeah, it was a Hotmail
I'll have to
account.
look and
I
see
think
if
they
I still
closed
have
it
mine.
because I tried to use that address for a thing that I was signing up for, and it declined it. It said
So
you
when you're
must
going
have-
into a website and it says, "Hey, we need your email address," you're like, "Okay."
I put that one. I used
oh,
to, so now I
dang
need
it.
a new spam account. 'Cause
Well, we'll have to help you there. But yeah, internet, 30 years old this month. I remember the first website that I went to.
MTV.
Yeah. Did I tell you this already?
Many times.
Oh, okay. And I don't even know why, because I wasn't really even a big fan. All I could think of, I was like, they probably have a website, MTV. I don't know why. That's just such a weird first site to go to. North Carolina police shot and killed a sword-wielding man who leapt out of a burning home at them. What a bizarre story. So they go there, this home is on fire, and a guy jumps out of the home with a sword and runs at the police, and they had to shoot him.
Well then.
That is bizarre. Also bizarre, in Georgia, a 13-foot, 700-pound alligator was found in an irrigation ditch. You know how he got there? His truck slipped off the road. No, that's not how. They captured this 13-foot, 700-pound alligator, again in Georgia, in an irrigation ditch. That is just crazy. That's a big alligator, Heidi.
That
As
is
far
a big
as
alligator.
Alligators go. For those of you who love the Royals as much as we do, here's a story for you. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle had a public date night in London in which they watched a Tina Turner musical. So
That's nice.
yeah.
Good for them.
I think, wasn't he kind of pretty well known before he got married for liking private dancers? Doesn't she have a song? Private
Yeah,
Dancer?
she does have private, but I don't know
He
anything
was a
about
party
him
boy.
going to...
He was a party boy, Heidi.
Oh.
So, Prince Harry. My jokes are not landing very well in the studio today. I'm gonna just...
I was just trying to think. I don't know of any stripper stories about him, but
We're going to just move back onto this. Speaking of that profession, Stormy Daniels is in the news. She is now embarking on a stand-up comedy career.
well, she's been a joke for a couple of years already, so she might as well
see,
continue
Here's the
with
thing.
it.
For those of you that are big fans of Stormy, I'm not. I nothing personally against her. I don't know her. I don't know her work. I don't know any of that. I just feel like she's
don't
seeking.
know
I
her
don't.
work.
I've never watched any of that. Don't care to. But she's embarking on a stand-up comedy tour where she will detail her relationship with the president. So it's literally all about, I'm going to just
Yeah,
get
whatever.
on stage. But you know what?
Knock
People will
yourself
buy
out,
tickets for it, I
sweetheart.
guarantee you. And Philippines authorities have captured 1,500. Keep that number in mind. Say it for me.
1,500.
Big number, right?
Big number.
1,500 live exotic turtles that were stuffed inside someone's luggage.
Holy
1,500!
cow.
I can't even imagine 15 turtles, but these must have been either
They're
little
probably
turtles
babies.
or giant luggage. The man is facing 2 years in prison for this. 1,500 live exotic turtles stuffed inside his luggage at the Manila airport. I wonder why Manila is lowercase. I'm going to fix that. That's bugging me.
Prison?
Yeah, he's going to go
That
to prison.
seems a bit
for
extreme,
No,
doesn't it?
What he was doing is
Bring in
illegal.
some turtles?
Yeah.
Well, I know
like
people
turtles.
who've done things way worse than that, and they get
Smuggling
nothing.
1,500 turtles? I don't know. And then one last story here. BBC Radio has announced they have now removed all of Michael Jackson's music from their channels after the new documentary came out. And the crazy thing is, did anybody not realize there was something going on before?
Exactly.
So I'm not saying that it's
you
okay.
know, there are people who are adamantly in defense of his actions.
Well, and the thing is, I'm not taking a stance on it either way. I'm just saying, I'm not surprised. I mean, was there anything
I'm not
about...
shocked.
So, again, I'm not condoning what he did at all, because I think that's bad. But I think that people are, 20 years later making a big deal out of it now. I'm like, what about the last 20 years?
Yeah, why wasn't he...
I don't understand that.
Just,
where was your outrage for 20
again,
years?
2 years in prison for smuggling turtles.
Well, yeah, there you go. See? Thanks for listening to your Scoop of the Day, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.net.
Do you have IRS tax problems? Are they keeping you up at night? Afraid to open your own mail or even answer your telephone? If your tax problems are affecting your family life, you need to know you have options. You have rights, and we'll make sure you get them. Call and speak with Mike Habib, the tax expert who will handle your case at 877-78-TAXES or online at myirs.taxrelief.com. That's 877-78-TAXES or myirs.taxrelief.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We've got a very funny man joining us right now, Tone Bell, and he has a recent Showtime stand-up special, Tone Bell, Can't Cancel This. Tone, how are you, sir?
Man, I'm doing great, living on cloud 9 right now.
That's got to be pretty darn fun to record a Showtime stand-up special.
Man, your first one is always the most memorable, man. It's like, I can't say, I'm saying it like I have to, but this one is amazing. I'm excited, man. We shot last year and it finally came out, man. I'm excited to finally put myself out there. I had my first half hour on Comedy Central a couple of years ago, and it took a little bit to get this hour, but man, I'm so proud of it. And hopefully y'all love it, man. It's on Showtime streaming now.
That is awesome. And you're on CBS primetime comedy called Fam. That's kind of excited, too.
Yeah, me, Ninja Dobrev, Shirley Ralph, Gary Cole, Brian Stokes-Mitchell. That's Adlon. It's a fun show, man. If you haven't seen it yet, it comes on Thursdays, 9:30 after Mom. Man, I love it. I love it. I love my cast. I love the energy of it. We have so much fun, and then getting a chance to do my special with Showtime, which is the sister network of CBS, so it kind of all worked out.
That is fantastic. And people can also find you on Netflix and Disjointed, and coming soon, going to be on a program called Dog Days. You've been a busy guy, haven't you?
Hey, man, right now I'm shooting my first period piece, which is crazy. I shaved my beard. It was on purpose. It wasn't like I just woke up one day and was like, yo, you should change your look. But so I've been booking this new film where I play a piano player from the 50s. And so I had to shave right now. So I had to take off a few tour dates. But yeah, as soon as I finish this in a few weeks, I'm back on tour and doing a brand new hour outside of the Showtime special.
Very nice. Again, Tone Bell is our guest right now. Recently on Showtime for a stand-up special, Can't Cancel This. Now, why did you call it that? Of all things you could call it, why'd you call it that?
Man, you know why I called it that, because I've been on so many canceled shows. I finally did something that nobody gets canceled.
So you have been involved in more than your fair share of things that didn't last. Let's talk about some of those.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy to move to Hollywood and usually get here and it takes a few years to get in, or hopefully it makes, but sometimes life doesn't work out that way. But I got in and I got on my first show in 10 months. It was called Whitney, and I did a season of that. Then I did A Bad Judge, season of that. Then Truth Be Told, season of that. I did Disjointed, season of that. I did Najee L, I was a recur on that. I got so many shows. I hosted an MTV show, and there's just so many small things that you want to turn to big things and then they don't, and then you're like, oh man, what's gonna happen? And then so when I shot the special, and I make fun of it in the special as well, but once I got the special, I was like, man, I was asking my friends and my parents, what do I call it? I saw the finished product, and now it's like, man, you know what this is? This is the one thing nobody can cancel. You don't have to watch it, but you can't cancel it. And I was like, my mom was like, oh, you should call it that.
I love it. And I think that's cool. And the thing you got to understand is that's not just you, by the way. There are a lot of people who are involved in projects that don't go on to second, third, fourth, fifth seasons. So don't let that get you down. But I think it's cool that you have the right perspective on it, just saying, you know what, I'm going to have fun with it at least.
Yeah. I mean, it's a part of it. I mean, you don't come out here not knowing it doesn't. You don't move to Hollywood not knowing stuff doesn't work out sometimes. We watch TMZ and all that kind of stuff. We know exactly what happened and what didn't happen. So, but it was nice to make a joke poking fun at the industry with my special. And everybody knows, man, all the networks that I've ever worked with, We all have a great relationship. We still talk. They still send me emails, hey, you want to come do this? And so I think we all get the joke. And hopefully you watch the special and you understand the humor. And next time I'm in the town, come see me live.
And again, you've got the Comedy Central special. It was a half hour. This Showtime stand-up special is an hour. Is it hard to come up with a whole hour's worth of stuff?
It's not easy, but it's different because I'm a storyteller. So like the material comes together a little quicker than sometimes you would imagine. It's not like I'm writing a bunch of jokes. So like I might do a bit that lasts 10 minutes because that's how long the story is. So once I get it, trying to figure out how to mold it and make it make sense and have a narrative. But man, because life is crazy. So as long as you talk about the crazy things, it's easy to come up with material.
So if you had the opportunity, if Showtime reached out and said, Tone, this thing is done fantastic, we want you to do another one next year, would you be able to come up with a whole hour's worth of stuff in the next year?
Ooh, guess who already asked me, though? They already asked me, so we're working on it. We're working on it now.
That is awesome. Well, I wish you the very best with all the fun projects you're working on, and congratulations on the success you're already having, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. And next time I come through, man, I hope I see everybody come out live. It's going to be a good time.
Again, Tone Bell has been our guest. He's got a new Showtime special, just recently came out, Tone Bell, Can't Cancel This. I've got a link to that and a bunch of information about him in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
Is your credit card a good fit for you? How did you even get the card you have now? Was it mailed to you? Those are usually the worst cards. They typically have higher fees and rates. Someone has to pay all that postage to mail out millions of cards every day. If you like a better credit card, check out the website bettercreditcards.net. This is a great place to find the cards that are usually a better fit for you. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
This is not so fun as it is kind of creepy. There's a mental phenomenon that causes you to see monsters when you look in a mirror. Isn't that weird?
Oh.
It is called Troxler effect. They discovered it in 1804. It causes those who experience it to think they see something fearsome in a mirror just on the periphery of their vision. So
not like their reflection is a monster.
Yeah. So
okay.
they see monsters just kind of out of sight a little bit. And it says here, this is one of the most amazing facts that baffle people. They don't know why this happens, but just a bizarre thing. It's called the Troxler effect. Hope I don't ever get that. I don't know how you contract that, but I don't want it. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Here's a fun trip back to the 80s.
Surely you can't be serious.
Join us in Las Vegas for 80s in the Desert May 3rd and 4th. Hang out with other 80s fans.
International language of love.
Meet several 80s icons from the movies and rock out to awesome music from the 80s. Flock of Seagulls, The Romantics, Mr. Scandal with Patti Smythe, Thomas Dolby, Pretty Poison, and more. See the full list of bands and icons at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Now, fear this. Time for fun with phobias. Tenophobia, or tetophobia. Tetanophobia. Tetanophobia. Any idea?
No.
Fear of lockjaw. So I think it's like tetanus, same kind of thing. Don't you get a tetanus shot so you don't get that kind of thing?
I don't know what tetanus even is.
I don't know. You've heard of the shot, though, right?
I've heard of the shot, and I probably need another one. It's been so long.
I remember hearing somebody, instead of pronouncing tennis shoes, they said tetanus shoes. And I was thinking, is that right? And I've been saying it wrong all this time. I mean, I've never wore the shoes to play tennis.
Second guessing yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, I've never actually played tennis in these shoes. Are they tetanus shoes? Have I been wrong for all this time? But I checked. It is tennis shoes.
Okay.
And I don't know what tetanus is, so there you go. It's our fun with phobias. Fear of lockjaw. Tetanophobia. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a pretty good sense of humor? You might like this. Early in the morning each day and every day, we share something weird to make people laugh at WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. You don't need to sign up for anything. You don't even need to spend a penny. Just follow the page on Facebook and get a smile to start each day when we share the Weird Gift of the Day. Not on Facebook? That's okay. You can see the weird gifts on our website too. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. According to an arrest report, Orange County, Florida man under arrest for throwing Molotov cocktails at his own vehicle inside an impound lot. What in the world is going on here? This is such a bizarre story. The lot owner, Darnell Adams, said he came back and started throwing cocktail bombs over the fence at his own car. According to the arrest report, Ayub Aldubraman, I'm sure I said that wrong, he came to get his car at an impound lot and set it on fire instead. Now they're trying to figure out why. Adams, the owner of the lot, said, I was going to hand over the keys because he'd already paid almost $300 to get his car out of the impound lot. But instead of driving his car home, he burned it up instead. Now it's stuck behind a crime scene tape. So it says on the surveillance camera, you can see him. While this gentleman was going to get his keys for the car, this guy apparently thought something fishy was going on. So he went out and threw several firebombs over the fence and burned up his vehicle. He said, I was coming around the corner with the keys and I saw him running away. I chased after him until the deputies made an arrest. But this guy, I don't know why. Why would you do that? Coming to get my car. There must be something in that car he doesn't want people to find.
Must be.
That's a weird story. That's why it's today's Weird News. Now your moment of duh, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Prosecutors say a New Jersey man is accused of a donation scam where he impersonated police officers, firefighters, and others in order to collect funds that he ultimately kept for himself. 55-year-old Anthony Moats was arrested and charged with impersonation, theft by deception, and impersonation of a law enforcement officer for soliciting donations from local businesses.
You know, this is why, because we get phone calls all the time saying, I'm so-and-so from the police,
we're not
whatever.
doing it.
We do not donate to those
we
because
donate
I don't
to
know
things,
who you are.
We donate to things in person, and we donate to things in our community, but we don't do it over the phone.
No,
some
because
stranger that calls.
you could be anybody.
Yeah.
How do I know you're with that group?
According to the prosecutor's office, Moats used most of this money in the scam for his own benefit, including paying for rent and paying his bills.
Yeah.
He was arrested when he was allegedly picking up a donation. So there you go. Bad guy. Don't do that. That happened in New Jersey. It's today's moment of duh.
Is your credit card a good fit for you? How did you even get the card you have now? Was it mailed to you? Those are usually the worst cards. They typically have higher fees and rates. Someone has to pay all that postage to mail out millions of cards every day. If you like a better credit card, check out the website bettercreditcards.net. This is a great place to find the cards that are usually a better fit for you. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Now, these three things. Heidi, tell me, what do these three things have in common? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
The Thing, the Invisible Girl, and the Human Torch. And if I add one more, maybe that'll help. Mr. Fantastic. We're not comic book folks, so you probably don't know this. I wouldn't have known this.
Well, they're all movies about...
They're all members of the Fantastic Four.
Oh, well, jeez, I wouldn't have known that.
I bet a lot of people did know that one. People that are fans of the comics would know that.
Yeah,
so
I would have never
The Thing,
that one.
the Invisible Girl, and the Human Torch, they're members of the Fantastic Four, and the other member is Mr. Fantastic. I only know that because I'm reading it. I wouldn't have known. I'd be just as clueless as my beautiful bride over here. Coming up, we've got some good news to get to. That's on the way. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of The John and Heidi Show is brought to you by The John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying The John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news, and this is just an awesome story. It comes your way courtesy of RadioTravelClub.com. We're actually going to be going to Las Vegas May 3rd and 4th, and we'd love it if you'd join us. If you want to know more about it, the website is RadioTravelClub.com. Here's the headline. Mechanicsburg High School wrestler steps in to sing national anthem ahead of match. So I don't know that that's really the right headline. Let me tell you the headline.
All right.
They're having an event, and the announcer gets on the PA system and says, we're going to get started, but we actually don't have anyone to sing the national anthem. So if somebody wants to volunteer, and this wrestler raises his hand, is like, I'll do that.
Nice.
So there was a lady there at the ready thinking, well, this is going to be a disaster. Or maybe she thought, hey, this is going to be awesome. I don't know. But she started
maybe
recording.
she was his mother and she knew he was going to be good.
No, it was posted by somebody that had, I don't know, maybe they are related. But it was posted, to me, it looks like somebody different that is not, because it doesn't say posted by his mother.
Okay.
I don't know.
Anyway.
So, video taken by Mila Richardson. The young wrestler's name is, did I already say the young wrestler's name?
I don't think so.
Isaac Bryant is his name. He took the mic, and as they say, the rest is history. I watched this video. It was absolutely amazing.
Did you cry?
I got choked up a bit, yeah. Because the thing that was really cool, he wasn't planning on doing this. He was just there, and they were like, hey, anybody want to do it? He's like, yeah, I'll do it. And he's a wrestler, and I'm sure there were a lot of people thinking, oh, I bet this is going to be amazing. But it was. He did a really good job. Would you do that, Heidi? Would you step up and sing the national anthem?
Absolutely. If it meant otherwise it wasn't going to get sung.
And I wonder how many other people would do that. I would be so afraid that I'd forget the words or I would mess something up. He wasn't reading it off a phone. Like, he just knew it.
Well, you should know it.
Well, I know, but
doesn't know the national.
I know that I can sing along with someone else, but if you're on the spot, okay, Heidi, we've got 3 seconds left. Dang, no time. Something to do in a coming episode. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Hats off to young Isaac Bryant, this wrestler who stepped up and sang the national anthem. I think it'd be really cool if he gets some sort of music career because of this. How cool would that be?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The right person seeing this video. Thanks for
nice
listening.
young man.
Oh, if you'd like to see the video, I have a link to it in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.